I really can't play the piano yet, but there's something we need to talk about, and I'll take off my glasses. I've been living in the United States for about 4 years now, and something still amazes me. It is how Americans look at their nation. Americans talk about their nation foundation like they were there when it was happening, like they were George Washington and Benjamin Franklin when they were writing the documents. In fact, many of them feel like they can see themselves in the thoughts and the behavior and the attitude of the founding fathers. When you look at the Constitution of the United States itself, it reads, "We the people." And that preamble is a group of people in their own words saying that we are tired of this king, this monarchy system of government, and saying we want a government that is written by ourselves for ourselves. We are going to write down our ideas before anybody handed us passport or a flag or an anthem. The idea came first, the country came after. Now I started to ask myself, who were the people who founded Nigeria? Not people who colonized it, people who founded it. Think about that for a minute and watch yourself think for long to really know the answer to that. It doesn't mean you're not good at history. It just means that Nigeria was never founded. Nigeria was drawn in a room in Berlin in 1884. It was drawn by people who never set their foot in a place that they were drawing. They were merging Yoruba kingdoms with Igbo republics and the Sokoto Caliphate into one, and they labeled it Nigeria. Why? Because it's easy to administer just a single protectorate more than 3 separate colonies. Nobody in that room in Berlin asked the people back then in Africa what they wanted to be called, or if they even wanted to live together at all. And that is why Chief Obafemi Awolowo, one of our founding fathers, if we are being generous with that word, looked at our country and said, Nigeria is just a mere geographical expression. It's not a nation. It's not a people. It's just a shape on the map that Britain decided to keep intact for their own convenience. So when people ask Nigerians that why do we only become sort of like a nation when the Super Eagles is playing, or why almost nobody has a Nigerian flag on their porch like many people do here in America, I tell them that first of all, it has nothing to do with the lack of patriotism, and it's not a character flaw with the Nigerian people. It's just an honest response to a country that was never pitched to us in the first place. It was just imposed on us and left for us to figure out. What Nigerians reach out for 90% of the time is Yoruba, is Igbo, is Hausa, is Ijaw, because those identities existed way before 1914 and will exist long after Nigeria. And those identities never needed a Berlin Conference to explain that they are real. It's almost natural to pledge an allegiance to an idea you helped create and helped write. It's a completely different thing to pledge allegiance to a border someone else drew and then handed you the bill for. So it's not that Nigerians are uniquely tribal or uniquely irrational. It's that we are behaving exactly the way the research says humans behave when they are handed a country instead of building one. When identity was never sorted out at the foundation, so it gets renegotiated every single election instead. And that's the real cost of a geographical expression standing in for a nation. It's not just that we don't fly the flag, it's that we can't fully evaluate our own leaders on merit, because the thing we are actually voting for underneath the ballot isn't competence, it is belonging. Well, don't mind my rant. That's just me being myself. And I'm going to go back to my piano lessons now. Ciao.